Hi, good morning and welcome. I'm not sure if anybody's here yet, but I'll go ahead. My name is Laura Trevino, and this is Monday morning coffee and chat. Hopefully, we'll get some people in uh, and just talk about some of the things that are going to be going on this week, things that we want to do. Um, if you don't know me, I have recently started the YouTube channel, and it's been a process. I'm really getting into this. I like it. I'm not sure how many months I've been on, but it hasn't been that many, maybe two and a half, three. Um, I have started working with a really good friend. I met her here on the YouTube channel. She contacted me. Her name is Tiara T. She has DIY with T, and we've been working together. And and it's been really fun. We've become fast friends, and my sisters uh, both do crafts. One of them has now started her YouTube channel, so that's awesome. We get together on that. So if you don't know me, my name is Laura Trevino. The name of my channel is Creative Art by LT. I decided to come on a Monday morning to see if there's anybody else out there that's home, retired, got kids, home, wants to watch, listen, you know, just to see what we can do. So I'm hoping that, somebody gets on. And if you're watching this later, uh, please know that I will be trying to do Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Maybe you can listen in during coffee or, uh, or something. I know sometimes you work, but you can put it on and just listen. I was just trying to see if there's anybody in the chat. Let me see, I just messed up something, so let me go back. Let's go back. All right. So anyway, StreamYard is extremely difficult to me. I know that I haven't tried to present because when I do, it goes into this tunnel. So it's just kind of strange, and I need to get used to it. So I was just checking out some buttons. Hey, Bedazzle, how are you? Good morning. I am so glad that somebody came in. I was just trying to let people know that this is new, and it's exciting and stressful, and um, I'm hopefully going to be able to get this channel up and running. I do drink a lot of coffee, so Monday morning coffee and chat's a good thing. I This is my second cup. My second cup because I've been up since really early. Um, my oldest son he's 36. He is a truck driver, and he's gone 3 weeks and back home a week. Um, oh, good. That's awesome. Um, and so he had to go to work to be at his truck at 4:30. So we woke up early. My husband went to take him so that the kids and his wife didn't have to get out at 5 in the morning. So I've been up. So I've had coffee, breakfast. I had time to get stressed about this. And how about you? What are you up to? You got your lady cup in the main. This cup is a gift from my sister, Kim Molina. She's got her YouTube channel. I I am left-handed, so it's always facing this way, but it does have my name on it. I love this cup, and I use it all the time. Hey, Karen. Good morning. I'm glad to see you're on. Thank you. Um, I'm, it's always, I guess that 10-year-old girl that's worried no one's going to show up to her party. But I am happy to see that you're here, and I don't have much planned. I just thought I'd get on and see how it went. I want to talk about things that I want to be doing this week. I have a couple of orders. Um, I have been waiting on a DTF printer. I had to send mine back, and that's been like a nightmare. I am considering, when I do get the one back from All American, I'm considering selling it and getting a new one, the one that Patrice from Craftable Things has received, the dual head one. It looks really nice and promising. So I'm looking at doing that one. Or there's also a gentleman here in town that is selling his Goldesi. It's a bigger one. It's more expensive. But so those are things, I'm kind of thinking on the DTF side, because the majority of my business has been DTF. It was vinyl, and then it went DTF. So I don't know. Do y'all have a DTF printer? Do you do DTF? Or I know y'all are always, in the groups, and I remember your name. So let me know what y'all are doing. I'd like to chat a little bit. I love to talk about my family. So those are topics I'm good at. I just thought, let's try a Monday morning or Tuesday morning, but I decided on Monday, and see what people are doing. I'm retired now, and with retirement, it becomes a little bit much. Oh, okay. Sorry. Yes, you won the green live, the green Yeti cup. Oh, it's nice. Yeah, I like that one. It's funny. I thought that's what you were talking about, but then I said, well, maybe she was talking about something else. Yeah. On those lives, I just saw this morning I have 175 subscribers, which is that I'm excited about that. I mean, I was like shocked, but it took me a while to get to 150, and that's having my whole entire family subscribing to me. I wasn't hesitant about saying, honey, your Aunt Laura's doing this. You need to subscribe. Hurry, I'll do it. Subscribe right now while I'm watching you. And so I'm hoping, that the channel moves along. I'm not quite sure on how I should do things. I notice, some people do more of like tutorial lessons, where there's like structured, this is what I'm going to do first, this is what I'm going to do second. And so I've noticed me and the way I've been going on to do things, it's kind of like, well, this is what I'm doing, so come with me and let's do it. I'm not an expert. I just love to do these things. So I may try and do a little more outlined. These are the supplies we're going to need. And to some point, I do that. But I notice some channels are really, really with PowerPoints and things like that. I'm not so sure. But I just, I want to enjoy it. And that is actually another reason why I did the morning chat. Because sometimes we get going and we're doing a live, and I'm going to start rubbing in the rhinestones, and I'm going to start, and it's hard for me to see who's here and appreciate what you're saying. If you're saying anything, if you want to contribute anything, so I kind of said, okay, we'll take a slower day today. I do have some things I could do. I got things ready. I'm working on some rhinestone designs. My 40-year class reunion, and class of 1983 is coming in October. No DTF printer, Karen. Oh well, honey. Once you hit rhinestones, it's like all over for everything else. Nothing is as fun to me as the rhinestones, and I do a lot of things. I'm not a master at any of them, but I do a lot of things. Right now, I don't know if you can hear it, but I have my 3D printer running, and I'm making. Let me show you. This one I did a couple of months ago. It's tiny. Let me see. Yeah, I'll show you. It's a little pumpkin, Okay. And it's built from the ground up. But when you look underneath, he's got little legs, and they're not extended right now. I've tucked them in, but they extend. I'm just going to get the other one out. I don't want to break it because they are fragile. This little one is especially. Oh, come on, come out. He was out earlier. And so I got into 3D printing a couple of years back, and it became big with the school district. I don't know about in your school district, but over here it did. It became big. All the schools purchased 3D printers. They were kept in the library. They got monies to order the filament. And, you know, I didn't see it kick off with as much money as they spent. I didn't see a lot of schools doing a lot of 3D, you know, and then it was supposed to be for the kids. And, well, you know, kids can only do so much with the 3D printers unless they're older and knowledgeable. Okay, so you see his little legs? They come out, and if you twist them, they stay out, and then he stands up. I don't know if he'll stand up on my hand, but he does stand up, and he's super cute. So since, you know, Halloween is coming, I thought, well, I'll do a couple of pumpkins. So last night I turned on the machine, and sometimes it's like any other machine, DTF or sublimation. You know, sometimes you have to get out your little tools and work on it. And let me see. Let's see. It says here, it might be this for me. Oh, well, good. That's great. Being new is the best because you're going to be like a sponge. You're going to soak it up. But there's so many things to do. I mean, there's just so many materials. And if you're starting out with the rhinestones, the purchasing of the rhinestones, I started off with purchases on Amazon, and, you know, just bought a few different rhinestones, hot picks. I don't have very many of the flat back, the glue type. I did start a while back. As a matter of fact, let me show you. I started this little wine. I love this fluted little wine thing here. It's so cute. And I started with these rhinestones, and these are flat back. And I have the little glue, and I glue it on it. And this was quite a bit of time. It took me just to get this far. And one day I was like, you know, I'm going to take a break because I was really getting tired. I wasn't getting much progress done on this. So, hey, Jess, welcome. Good morning. So I gave up. I said, oh, I'm tired. But I have all the stuff. And so occasionally, you know, I think about getting started on it again. It is for my daughter-in-law. So eventually she'll get it. It's just like the diamond painting. I don't know if y'all do the diamond painting, but I've been working on diamond painting this one project for my niece and her husband, or my nephew had married. So he's my nephew and married Maria. I started this really cute little welcome with a gnome and sunflower, and it's a diamond painting, and I've been working on it. It takes a long time, and you know, you work for a while and you say you put it away. A couple of weeks go by and then you'll pick it up again. So it does take time to do. But rhinestones I can do every day. I literally usually cut block or do a design and then cut the block, and I rhinestone every day. I've got shirts, hundreds of shirts already. So I've already decided from now on when I'm going to make a shirt, a design online, it's going to say, okay, this one's going to my mother, or this one's going to my niece, or this is going to my daughter, so that I can spread the wealth, because it's just too much. Oh, you love diamond painting? Yeah, we do it quite a bit. T and I do from DIY. Oh, that's nice. Coasters is a good one. That sounds good. I do have some. Let's see if I find them right here. I saw them this morning. There we go. And these are super easy and they're fast. So with that, you feel accomplished, right? So these are little diamond painting. They're inexpensive and they come with all the little diamond stones that you need. If they're little keychains. So I've done quite a few of these and I love these. These are fast. I can get them done in one sitting and it's all good. You know, it's good. I enjoy it. I enjoy it. So I was thinking maybe T would come on. She was got off work and but that's okay. We're doing great. If y'all are doing anything today, are y'all home? Do you work? Do you yeah, you need to get started because if you don't get started, it just stays. I bought some for my mother for Christmas because I bought myself some and I thought, you know what? Both of us retired. I'll go to her house. We'll sit and do diamond painting. We used to do puzzles when I was a kid. But now, you know, I got started with YouTube. So every day I'm in here trying to say, oh, good. Yeah. The kits from Temu are inexpensive and they're, you can get them done. Also the Dollar Tree, the Dollar General. One of those has some inexpensive, small, and you can get them done in a short amount of time. T has huge ones, but she is pretty fast at that where I'm not. I get sidetracked real quick. So I'm like working and then I start going to do something else. And so I need to spend a little more time, you know, watching. Okay, so tomorrow. Well, good. We should have a day then. Especially if you're not working. I'm kind of trying to figure out, you know, who's good for mornings. Not that I'm not going to do evenings because I'm still going to do my afternoon. But there's a lot of people that do the afternoon. A lot of people that were kind of all in the same group. And, you know, I don't want to be on and then someone else has got their scheduled and I didn't catch it. So I'm just trying to figure out extra time that I can come to build up, you know, support and subscribers and see what people are interested in and what the hobbies are. So it's like, oh, good. Bedazzled, what is your first name? I know it's not Bedazzled. Karen, you took vacation day off? Oh, how nice. Yeah, I remember the good days. I remember. I don't know how many times you've seen me, so I don't want to keep repeating the same stories. But hey Lucille. Oh. Welcome. Oh, Queenie. All right. Okay, Queenie, good. I'll remember that. It's funny. My husband and I have been watching tennis and Coco. And I was like, I want that nickname. I want to be called Coco. And then he started making all these jokes about. I was like, forget it. I'll stick with me. I'll stick with Laura. I don't be Coco if you're going to be making fun of the name all the time. Queenie, that's pretty. I like it. That's nice. And welcome, Lucille. We just got started. We're just talking about what I've done and what we're doing. And just welcome. I would like to see, you know, how many people are really interested. I'm going to come on every Monday morning as much as I can for the next several weeks. And we'll see how it goes. If people are, you know, interested. Oh, good. I hope it worked well for you. If you do have any issues with it, just let me know. I'm always willing to help. And I love that one. And as a matter of fact, I think my mom wore it last Sunday. And so when I go over, I see, I'm like, oh, Oh, mom's wearing it. Hey, Carla. A retired nurse. Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, I was a PE teacher for 24 years. I think it was 24 years. I did PE elementary. I coached 1 year. I did a lot of after school coaching. Hey, Sean. How are you? Thank you for coming on. So funny. I'm happy to see you. That makes me feel good. Sean and I, we chat quite a bit. She gets little designs from me, and I do some names for her, and so we get on quite a bit. So it's like, you know, an old friend. And so let me go back to my school, and then we'll go back to about being friends. Yes, I did PE forever. I was outside in the sun, but I loved it. It was so much fun. And then it just, I guess my kids got older, and so I said, all right. So I went back to school and got administration. I taught math for a couple of years, and then I was an administrator. I did dean of instruction, and then a facilitator. I'm not sure what everybody calls them. They call them all these different names. And then assistant principal. And after 34 years, I retired. And I'm 58, in case you're wondering. I thought, you know what? I'm going to retire. My husband and I were going to travel because he retired as well. We had done the same number of years. And so he retired as well. We're going to do a traveling. Well, we did one vacation. We did a cruise, and it was wonderful. It was a wonderful cruise. Enjoyed it. And thank you, Sean. And then that's about it. Our traveling has stopped. We go to San Antonio every once in a while because my daughter lives there and 2 grandchildren are there. So we go visit. And then, but, you know, life gets in the way. You just start doing other things, you know? So it's like, thanks. So it's hard to, you think you're going to go and do all this extra fun stuff, you know, going to the beach or going to this, but then you got to do the yard and clean the house and take care of the dogs. And so things just, you find you fill your day with other things, not work, but work. So retirement has been, it's been difficult. We have been having to readjust to not having to get up and be somewhere and, you know, time oriented. But we're both, my husband and I both are starting to really enjoy it. He's gone back and he's subbing. He did it one time. I know he's going to do it again. So we're just like, oh, let me see. Oh, you know what? I didn't buy that one, and I wanted it, but I had already gotten several of the other things. So I said, no, better not. You know, I don't know if anybody would really want the gnome, although I do. So I may go back today. I don't know, maybe. But it is adorable. It's adorable. I'm just like, oh. Everything there that they have, though, is so nice and cute and awesome. So, I don't know. One thing I do like is my coffee. Let's see, Sean. Yes. Sean's she's doing really well. I just sent, I think it was the overset, the layers, rhinestones. She's like, I've never done it. Oh, it'll be easy. I'll walk you through it if you need it. You just have to be careful. I don't know if y'all watched Eve last night, but she did the one, you know, where you put it down, the first transfer tape on top of the first layer, and then you move it, and then you add them. I do that occasionally, but you can have, trouble with that. I have had big mistakes. So I do it occasionally. And then I'll use the paper. It's that little thin paper. Oh God, I lost the name of it. To put between it so it doesn't stick, and then you can line it up. I like that one on smaller designs. But if it's something big and complicated, honestly, I just bring out 2 or 3 different sheets of transfer and I do them separate, because when you get to the heat press, you can put the bigger one you want there, and then you can fit everything else in it. And that's where you kind of move your t-shirt a little bit and you can get everything to fit, and less, for me, less accidents, honestly, because it can be bad. Now, I haven't cut anything from last night either. I haven't cut anything from last night. Yeah, parchment paper. Thank you. Yeah, it's right underneath here, and I was going to dig down there and look at it. But no, the parchment paper trick is pretty good. I like that one. Yes, we can Zoom. All right, Sean, you just let me know, and we'll get on there and we'll walk through it, and you'll get it. It'll be good. And then you'll never turn back. I've done a few designs, rhinestone designs, where it has so many layers. I don't even put them in my Etsy shop, because I did one of the shirts for my sister, and I swear it was like, I did a beach scene and it had the sand, and then I did like a bottle in the sand, and then I did a starfish, and then I did above that, it was like the horizon and then the sun. And I was like, it's too much. By the time you cut all those, and you have to cut them separately, because, otherwise you can't really find the defining lines. So it is difficult when you get a design that has a lot of layers. So parchment paper does work well. I have used where you kind of pin your transfer tape on one side and you pick it up and put it down. It's just, when you have that, when I messed it up and they jump and they get all over and you have to scrape it, it's really, really frustrating. And then to separate them, that's another hour, just separating the stones. Let's see. Mine's getting, y'all ahead of the game. I turned my machine on and I was going to do it. And then I said, well, I don't know. I'll just wait up a little bit and see, because if I do too many things at once, oh no. Hello. Hi, Crafty Puerto Rican. Welcome. Good morning. We're just talking about, we have a lot of new people to rhinestoning, and they're just really getting started. So we were talking about it, and how to pick up the stones and doing multi-layers. I do have a fear of the transfer tape, especially brand new transfer tape. It's like, because I messed up one day and my whole design just shifted. I had to scrape it, and it just, so now I'm kind of stressed out. And when I'm on a live, I like to use new, because I don't want to, deal with it not sticking or the shifting. Sometimes, by the time you get it from here, where you put your transfer tape to the press, stones fall, slide. So I don't like to use it like, 5 or 6 times. I don't. And I usually will cut up pieces after, we all do. It's like, I do lots of crafts, but once I got to rhinestones, it was like everything else is secondary. So now all I do is invest my time in designing and cutting fallock and rubbing stones in and making shirts, and most of them are for me. Today I'm wearing my Celebrate Everyday one, which I did this one for my 150 subscribers. I love it. It fits me perfect, kind of loose. I like that. And so I'm happy, very happy. So I did, I thought, well, we can always talk and see how many people would really be interested in the morning. And then I have here on the side here, make it big. And even then, I don't know how to zoom in to get closer. But I wrote down these notes of things that I'm doing this week, things that I want to do. So this little template I purchased, I want to say Office Depot. And it just kind of helps me anyway, get my mind together on what it is I need to do. I have a few things that are kind of hanging over my head that are not due until October, but I know that once the day gets closer, I start to do a lot of other things, and so I'm trying to get a jump on it. Two things, and the reason, I don't know if y'all were on last night, I asked about Kelly Green Rhinestones. My reunion, I did mention it earlier, my 40-year high school reunion, class of 1983, we're having the reunion in October. And they've asked me if I could do a couple of shirts, to be raffled. And I said, sure. So I'm doing one rhinestone shirt and then one DTF. Hopefully I have my machine by then. And so I've been trying to design it. Well, our colors are Kelly green and white. So I was like, okay, Kelly green and white. So I've been looking for stones that I could use that are, close to Kelly green. And I believe I'm going to end up probably using the neon green because to me, that's pretty much the closest. I don't know, because emerald's really dark, and peridot, and those are really light. So the neon green is kind of closest to Kelly, but I have a couple of days. So I've been working on the design. So I'm trying to say, okay, this week I know, which you can see here. Let's see, I'll move it down a little bit. All right, first and foremost, this is here. What good things are you going to do for yourself, right? Well, pickleball. I play 3 days a week, and I love my pickleball. I thoroughly enjoy it. I'm extremely competitive. And not against anybody else. Like, I'm competitive within myself. We'll go play, and if I'm not having a good game, I'll usually end up going home early. I'll play 5 or 6. If I'm not winning, I'll say, you know what? It's not my day. I'm going home. I can play with the worst player in the gym. That's fine. I don't mind. You'll get it. You're going to get it. It's great. But when I do bad shots, when I know I can do better, oh my God, I blow a gasket, which is crazy. I know. So anyway, that's my fun thing. I do pickleball. Priorities for the week so far, I've written down. I want to do a UV sticker, a UV sticker, and it is Hocus Pocus. My daughter loves Hocus Pocus. She's 33. Yeah, she has 2 children. So I'm going to do a glass snow globe. It's got a handle on it. I really like this one. I'm going to show you show and tell here. I don't know how new these are, but I like the handle. And it's a clear glass. So I had it out last night. And then, okay, so here it is. It's a clear glass snow globe. It's got the bamboo top. It only has 1 hole. So I'm going to put it together. And with that UV, I decided I'm going to use the lava lamp look for the liquid instead of doing the one like I did the other time that was just the water and the glitter, or actually not the water, but the right here. What's it called? The vegetable glycerin. So I used this one with the glitter on the last UV snow globe. And then I put the stones on the lid and stuff. So here's my little topper. Let's see. There it is. So that's a little straw topper. Isn't that cute? I love that. And I'm going to be using, for the lid, I'm just looking for some black, maybe some bats. I'm going to use this, it's really dark. I think it's because I went so low. This really colorful stones. So I'm going to be adding that. Oh, wind spinners. I saw Marilyn do that. That's beautiful. Very cool. I saw Marilyn doing it, and I thought, oh, I want to do that one too. So, so the only thing, and the reason I haven't started this snow globe yet is because I want some bats to put on the lid. Some little 3D bats. So I'm going to go to the craft store, which is like about an hour away, and see what they have. And so I'm going to do that. So that's one thing I want to do this week. I've got a logo one I'm working on. And then, a 3D, which I spoke about that earlier. Right now I'm doing a pumpkin. Let me show you one more time. So this is a little pumpkin, and he builds from the ground up. But when you pick him up, he's got legs, which is amazing to me. I don't know if I come across it. It amazes me that the 3D figure grows from one little strand of filament, and somehow it's designed so that the legs come out. And he stands, but I need to twist his little leg, and I don't want to break it though. He does stand. You can't see that he's standing, but he stands. And he's really cute. I did one last night, and I broke his leg. I tried to pull it out with actually my little picker tool, and it broke off. So it's in there stuck. But that was one of them. And then I have one right now that's printing. So I'm just kind of getting my machine back up and moving, and because you have to tinker with everything. I've never been a mechanic, but I could probably be one now with all the tinkering and doing that I do with my machines. If it's not the sublimation, converted sublimation printer that's not wanting to print because the colors are low, but it's full, it's like, or I struggled with my DTF printer, so I'm looking to get a new one. It's just, there's always little things you have to do to get them going. And then once you get them going, they're great. But there's always that little struggle, as there is with everything, But I enjoy it. So those are some things that I want to get done this week. Today, I put this because this was very stressful. Once I decided, you know what, I'm going to try this, I was like, oh, first off, this is only the second time I've gone live by myself. I always go with DIY with T. And so this is my first time by myself, or second. This is the second time. It was much easier today. I kind of was, if anybody shows, great. If not, I can talk. I'm good at that. I talk a lot. But I want, to see, maybe there'll be 10, 15 people that enjoy the mornings. After they hear about it, I'll continue. And anyone that has time, put it on. If you want to be in the bushes, that's fine. I understand we work, and you can have things that, people coming by and what are you doing? So I understand. That's fine. But if you do like, please make sure if you're not subscribed, you subscribe. And tell a friend, hey, in the morning she's doing this. I'd appreciate it. And if you could hit the like button, that's always beneficial. Especially with me just growing the channel. I need to get as many likes as I can get. There's a lot of things I don't know about the YouTube channel. I'm learning. They send you or you can go in and see your analytics and how many times, how long people stay on. That's one thing I noticed, that a lot of times people don't stay to the end. So anybody have any suggestions? What do you do? What do you do to keep people interested? Like, where do I go next? So, we're talking. So we're going to troubleshoot right now. Okay. We're talking and it's interesting, but okay, now maybe we're bored with this. So okay, how long do I move on? Where do I go next? What are the other things, that we can talk about so that we are entertained, that we're interested, it's a fine line, and I haven't figured out exactly what I should do. So those are my questions. If you have answers to that, I'd love you to put them in the chat. What you think a good channel is. I know I need to relax a little bit because I am a high-strung, nervous type of person, and I talk. But when you're by yourself, if you're not talking, no one is. So if you have ideas or suggestions for my channel, they're welcomed. I would like to make this something that I do for a long time, that I grow a large group of subscribers, community. Those are my goals for this. But this week, I know I'm going to go live another day. I have an order of 10 shirts that I need to get done. What else? I know I have a bunch of other things. Wrote them down somewhere. I need to upload some designs. I did one. Crafty Puerto Rican. Was that for my pumpkin? He's a cute little pumpkin. New designs. You never stop learning. Let me go ahead and come off this. I'll go back big. Okay. So you never stop learning. It's every day. I learn something new. I have done like basic, not 3D, but where you have like a shadow font, and I can do that really easy. And then I saw Patrice, and she walked through the steps of doing the 3D, and so okay, thank you. And so I did it with her. I followed along and I got it. And I did one that I'm working on, and it says Mom Rocks, and it's cute. So I did it the same night. She picked Mom Life, I think. And so I said, okay, so I put Mom Rocks, right? So I added that one. So I've been doing that one, working on it. I'm just working on the stones, making sure that I get the lines right. I think a lot of it has to do that the lines look like they flow around the curves. Crafty Puerto Rican. Do you have a shop? Do you have an Etsy shop? I need to go and see your stuff. Thank you, Karen. I don't know. I noticed everything. I just sat up straight because I noticed the other day, and I'm highly critical of myself. I noticed the other day I looked like a hunchback, and I was like, what is wrong with me? My mother has always told me, Laurie, straighten up, Laurie, straighten up. But I never really pay attention to it because I can't see myself. But then when you do YouTube, and I go over to the heat press, and I see myself, and I'm like all hunched over. I'm like, that's a bad habit, because it's like there's no reason I should be hunched over. So you see all these things, and try to fix it, but there's so much to fix. But I love this, and I want you to know, as a child, I was so shy. I hid behind my sisters all the time, and I cried a lot. And so I think after I had my first child at I guess I was 22 when I had my first child. Once that, you take on a different persona, you know, you become the mom, and sometimes you're that mama bear. And so I kind of grew out of it. Still a little shy, but, you know, now I'm much better. But YouTube has been difficult. Talking to myself in a camera, it's hard, you know, and I talk in circles sometimes, and I just go. But it's okay because we're getting better. And if you don't put yourself out there, you're never going to get it done. So that's one thing. Keep working. And if you're going to do YouTube, jump in. And if you need anything, I work with T. She works with me. I can work with y'all, anybody. You know, just the encouragement is what it is. I know that with T, she'll say, hey, I'm going live. You want to come? Okay, I'll go. You know, but then that became a crutch. So then now I'm trying to say, okay, I'll do at least one by myself. And then we'll do one together. So I can develop my personality. The true me can come out. You know, I just, when you're with someone and they kind of lead, you kind of follow, or you lead, they follow. It's not as much the true you as you see me sit here. This is who I am, you know. So I'm working on everything. And I have really, really, really loved the community that I've become part of. I've recognized all your names now. And when I go to see Patrice and Crouchable Things, or when I see Eve or Making with Marilyn, I see you guys. I've started watching Dance. I've started watching Angel B. In the past, I had watched Katrina Grace. I think it's Katrina Grace, yeah. But, you know, so it's really good. Yeah, I guess you have to figure it out. Yeah. And I thought that, you know, I thought that I was going to be doing that when I started doing T-shirts. I thought that was it. And so I used to do the vinyl T-shirts. God, that's really different now, because then you go to DTF. And DTF is so much easier, full color, without all that weeding and putting different colors together. And then I've been without my DTF printer for almost 2.5 months now. Yeah, because it got crazy, and I had to ship it back, and then they shipped me another one, and it was a mess. From the time I turned it on, it was spitting ink everywhere. It was horrible. So then I shipped that one back, and I've been waiting for them to ship me another one. So I'm looking for maybe a different brand. And since, you know, Patricia said good things about the Pro Color, I'm going to look into that one. You know, with just beginning, I don't have any affiliates that send you things yet, or any of that yet. Hopefully that'll be something in the future where I can work with companies. Right now, I do have the PYD Life. They sent me some, the ones that I gave away, that I did the sublimation frosted things, and so I've done that. I have a Creative Fabrica link that you could use for some percentage, I think percentage off. And that's it on that part, you know. But let's see. I have to make you big, Jess. My biggest observation in learning videos is speed. Creators do not slow down enough, okay, for newbies to follow along. I can go back and watch over again, but it's nice to go step by step with your. I agree. I totally agree. And last night, I was sitting and I went with, I can't tell you her name, but she was doing this, the font that looks like it's rippled like this, on Canva. And I had to stop the video several times. to figure out, okay, where does she go? What does she do? So yes, and thank you. And I will take that as something that I do need to work on, because I often feel when I'm doing things, y'all know how to do it. You've done it most likely. So I'm thinking, well, this is the way I do it. So, this is, you can follow me and this is what I do. But you're right. We have new people, and vocabulary is sometimes like, what is she talking about? Um, so I need to slow down, and I do want to start my tutorials with my supplies. This is what I'm going to use today. Those are things I want to do, right? So I'll make a note of it, and definitely add that to the list of things that I need to work on. I just a lot of times am not good at scripted, because my mind is very jumpy. I do a lot of thoughts and processes are going really fast. I'm sure I'm ADHD. I'm sure of it. Not diagnosed, but I'm sure of it. I have 3 children, and one is ADHD and the other 2 are ADD. So I don't know if it's that this is really bright for some reason. I don't know if they got it from my husband and I, because both of us are very active, or it's not that. It's just society. It's just society and how it is. Oh, I love the embroidery. You started posting some of the rhinestones. Yeah, good. I many years ago, I guess right when I first got married at 2020, and I did sewing, and I sewed cute little outfits for my son, and then my daughter came, and I made my husband and I Hawaiian shirts and stuff like that. And then I put my sewing machine away. Life gets in the way. You start doing other things. And then when I started watching Eve and Patrice, they were doing embroidery. So I was like, I want to do that. So I bought on, I don't know, like Facebook, where they sell stuff. And I bought it from San Antonio. I bought a used Viking J35, and it's a single needle. But boy, I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I got lots of designs, files, and I go in, and I have to change the thread 10, 15 times. I sit there for 2 hours, but I enjoy it. And I make the one that's benefited from it is my granddaughter, and she just turned 5, and so I make her cute little tops with little, like a cat or whatever, and then I make mine matching her sometime, and so but I do love embroidery. But sometimes when you enjoy something and you enjoy it, like it's like a deep enjoyment, when you start doing it for sale or to make profit, it changes it. I did that with photography. I took pictures of everything, and I would, blur the background, and I'd get down on the ground, take snails, and I loved it. Then I started doing photography as a business, and I took graduation pictures, and different family photos of people. After that experience, after 3 or 4 months, I no longer wanted to take pictures. It ruined that, So sometimes maybe it's not good to sell or try to profit off of something that you enjoy. I'm not going to profit off of embroidery, but I'm going to enjoy it. So that's where I am on that. Let's see, Carla. Let's see. You want us to sell digital templates? but I want to learn how to do it. There's no video tours. Sell digital templates. Oh, of the rhinestones or of embroidery? What kind of digital templates are you looking at? Because there are several things on YouTube. Because, you know, when I started the thing, I started, okay, what's new? What's coming up? You know, if I could get ahead of the crowd, and then, you know, that's where you're good. Like if you knew Barbie 3 months before Barbie got here and you were ready, you're in, you know. Oh, rhinestones. Rhinestones, I have learned trial and error. And I do lots of rhinestones designs. More than half of the designs I have on my computer are not on Etsy. And only because I just figured maybe nobody's interested in that, you know, or I don't know why. I just do them but that's what you become like obsessed. That like you all like I see something, I go, oh, that'd be cool. So then I'll come home and I'll get the image from Creative Fabrica and I'll start rhinestoning it, you know, moving the stones. And sometimes you don't have to move very many. Other times you spend all day moving those stones around. I use a Graphtec CE7000. It's a cutting machine. I use that to cut my flock. And on a good day, it is precise and it cuts beautiful. And when I weave, there's not a dot left on the thing. And then from one day to the next, my designs that I've used in, say, that 0.015, they're really close. And I used that yesterday. If I use it today, my machine won't cut it well and it'll end up tearing. So there's so many variables, but you overcome it, right? So then you try to tighten your machine. You do whatever you have to do. That's the same thing with doing the rhinestones. It's the photos that is more difficult. I don't know how everyone does it, but I can tell you the way I do it. I take the image and I duplicate it, right? And then I take one of them and I start to change it to rhinestones. And then I take that first image that I duplicated, I put it underneath behind it. So as I'm moving, I'm staying within the perimeters and I'm filling up that little section to make, say the breast cancer ribbon, to make that breast cancer ribbon look defined as a breast cancer ribbon. I stay within the perimeters of the image that's behind it. And that's how I see that my images come out looking really good. Because then you move that background away and zoom out, right? So you can see it at a distance. And if you see it without any doubt, then it's good. You've got it defined. You've got everything in where it belongs. And then I always cut it. So I'm cutting a lot of flock. So I cut, and if it cuts well, I put it in my Etsy. If say too many of them are too tight, I go back and I readjust it. But you know, I make so many, I can't cut all of them. I don't have enough flock. And that's another thing. Flock now. I don't want the pink flock. I don't want sticky stress. I'm like, I can't, you know. So I now am just solely going with the magic flock from the rhinestone world. So that brings me on to another thing. Yeah, but designing is it's addicting, and I enjoy it. And I've enjoyed doing designs for others. So I know that they asked me. I'm using the rhinestone world, the blue flock. I use the blue flock, and I love it, honestly. It's the first one I used. Then I bought one off of Amazon. It was horrible. It was fuzzy. It was horrible. And then I noticed everybody, yes, it's expensive and I use too much. Everyone was using the pink. So I purchased the pink and I like it. I like the pink, right? The only thing that sometimes, occasionally, it would leave pink, like a pink color on the transfer tape. It didn't bother me. It didn't get on my clothes or anything like that. Um, I believe, yes, craft perfect. I believe it's more economical. This one, but I know that T thinks that because you're buying smaller quantity, like smaller amounts, because he doesn't sell that huge roll that people like to buy, that it's more expensive. But when you do the math, it's pretty much not. Yeah, I don't want the sticky pink. So, but you know, the Rhinestone World, he gives fonts, and if you already have that font, if you send a note, they'll switch it. They work with you, and they'll switch and they'll give you another one. But it is. They also often they'll offer crystal or crystal AB stones with it. Yeah, before the change. That's the problem. And I didn't understand the whole thing about the change, so that was kind of crazy. Oh, and if anyone here is I wanted to also just make sure we bring up 9/11. So when I was in school, we'd always have a celebration and stuff. And now that I'm home, you know, just so if you are a veteran or you're military, thank you for your service. You know, 9/11 I know affected everybody, and we went to New York, I think, a couple 2 years maybe after, and we went to the site, and it was really, it was wow to see that what had all happened there. So I just wanted to bring that up, and it hit me. And so if you are military, thank you for your services. If your family is, you are deeply appreciated. I have my brother-in-law and my older sister Donna were both military, and as a matter of fact, she lived in New York when 9/11 happened. And I remember being on the playground teaching PE, and someone said, "Hey, New York's been hit." And I can remember heading to the phone to call, "Are you okay?" And she said, "Yeah, yes, thank God." So anyway, that's just what I wanted to add about that. Well, thank you so much for your service. It's amazing the number of people that have gone and been in the service and done things for our country, and are not as they're not appreciated as well as they should be. So thank you very much, and hopefully the families that had lost people or suffered through 9/11 are doing better. Now as time has gone by. So it's hard to remember everybody. And then with breast cancer coming up, and then people in our YouTube community being affected, these are trials of life, and they're very hard. They're hard, and just to get through it, to wish everybody well, pray, do what you need to do to make sure that your family's taken care of, and that your people are, feel appreciated, is what I'm trying to say. So, okay, sorry, went off on that one. I tell you, I go, I'm everywhere. But I do appreciate it. Let's see. What do you think? For some reason, my new rocket block is not an issue for me. Oh, that's good. Well, okay, my thoughts on that. Okay, just my thoughts. When the new flock came in, there was flock left, and people had flock. So they sold, their old flock, and so maybe you've received the flock before it became the new flock. So that's one thing. Oh, let's see. Hi and welcome, Viola. I didn't know you were here. Says, I salute you, Bedazzled. Sending my best in love to all that have lost. Thanks so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. He said, I've never used Florgo. I'm not sure. I didn't understand that. You want to tell me again? You never use Flock? Oh, Flock. You see, oh, so you don't do rhinestones? You haven't started with rhinestones? If you haven't, you probably will. But you do nails. Don't worry. Oh, it happens all the time. The other day, my mom sent something out, and it was like something about a monkey. She never used the word monkey. So you got to be careful. Not yet. Do you do nails? Only from your name. That's just came up in my brain. I need to do my nails. I used to do them. I used to do them every 3 weeks. I had nails and so pretty. And then I got out of it, and now to go sit there and wait, and I just haven't been able to do it. But you got 10 yards of new one with the new backing, and it's perfect. Well, good. So maybe it's not. Maybe it's just, I don't know, some people in the shipping, or I don't know. But for right now, I'm okay with the Rhinestone, the blue flock, and I buy 2 of the rolls, and then as I get to the bottom of one, I'll order another one. Although it comes so fast. I mean, it comes really fast. So, but when there was a shortage, there was a time I was without, and I was using every scrap piece that I had, and it was horrible. It was horrible. I was like, that's crazy. How much does 10 yards cost, if you don't mind me asking? Because at the Rhinestone World, this is, I think this is 15 feet. I think it's 15 feet. And it's $65. So, you know, you never know. The Romeo. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, prayers to you. You know, it's hard. You're having surgery on both hands. I had trigger finger on one hand, and I had surgery, and it did well. My father had trigger finger, and it did not go well. His finger stayed stuck. But I know someone else had, and everything turned out perfectly. And with a short healing time, you know, it was all good. 10 yards, $75 plus shipping. Wow. Okay. That's not bad. Actually, that's pretty good. I need to look at that. You know, I need to price it out. I need to figure out, you know, what it's costing me. Because if you have 15 feet worth of flock, and the designs are usually close to 12 inches, 1 foot, that's 15 designs if you don't mess up anything. If everything cuts perfectly, that's 15. And you can do that in no time. So Good for you. Tumblers are hard. I'm sorry. Tumblers, my sister's really good at it. She's really good at it. I do better when I can just creatively go than trying to make things perfect. Because the more perfect it has to be, the worse I am. It's like, I just can't. Yes, you can reuse the flock. Yeah, you can reuse. I've done some templates for, let me show you real quick, I like show and tell. All right, so, I don't think that's the right one, but, so I do some templates on the flock, and you can reuse them. And this one I named it Waterfall. So it's on HTV glitter, and it's a 2-stone design, right? And it came out really pretty, but I did not do well on the line in the back. It didn't match up well, and I know now why. Because I stretched it as I was putting it on. And so ended up having excess. So then I had to trim it. And but I love it. You know, no one else will probably want it because you can see the line in the back. And you know, I don't know if y'all can because it's kind of shiny there. But it's beautiful to me. I think it's beautiful. But you know, thank you. Thank you. The template is in my Etsy store. And this is not hard. It does take a lot of stones. And so for me, if you're, thank you very much, guys. If you're using baby booty stones, oh my God, you better order a lot of them because it takes a lot. My first one I did, let me see if this is it, because I really like this one. This is a Temu cup that I'm gonna do something with. Haven't decided. It's this one. This one came out pretty good. The colors I chose were black and white. You see it? And I made this pattern. And it's pretty good. I mean, this is the back of it. You can't tell really unless you look at the bottom, and you might see right where it connects. But this one came out really pretty. It does have a little overlap right here, which bothers me. See? So once I see it, then that's it. I can't sell it because, you know, it's not perfect. Although nothing is perfect, right? Thank you. I'll tell you right now. Lean tumblers. Well, I don't know if I'm cheating because, see, I make the templates. So I make the template. I cut the flock. So then I rub the stones in the flock, and I use the Bling Anything from the Rhinestone world, and I use HTV glitter, and then I roll it on the cup, and it works, and it's beautiful. Now I have all these stones invested in these, and there's another one that I have with three color ombre, which is really pretty. I don't know where it is though. And these patterns, they're in my Etsy shop. You can't sell them, you know, for $30. You don't get in, you would never even get half of what you put in them. So now it's like, okay, maybe I'll give it as a gift. But I do love them. To me, they're beautiful. and I like them a lot. So, but yeah, this is the flock, and you can reuse the flock as many times as you want, which is the best thing. Thank you. Well, I know homemade isn't perfect, but I would have to disclose everything. Like, I know me. I'll be like, I have this, I made it. I'll sell it. Okay, but look, right here, it didn't line up as well as I wanted it to, because I know how I am. I have to, I don't want someone to receive something and go, oh my God, I can't believe she sent this out. That would just be crazy to me. Let's see. Yeah, he's good. Thank you. He is, for a man, he's good. And he never seems to have troubles. Like, there's always a hiccup. And he doesn't seem to have trouble. I guess he does it all the time. I'm not so sure, but he doesn't seem to have trouble. No, and we're not. During COVID, education for a while, we stayed home. And so, hey, T, thanks for coming in. There you are. I was asking earlier. I said, maybe she'll come in. I was just showing cups and how they're not perfect, but they are beautiful. I do love them. So I just need to maybe perfect the rolling of it. Everything's easy until I start to put it on the cup, and then I want to stretch it when there's enough material. Thank you. So anyway, so this one I do think is super pretty, and then the ombre one is also it's really pretty. And the templates are in the Etsy shop, so I will have that link down there if y'all are interested. I think a lot of you know what it is. You're my friend. Yeah, T and I became fast friends, guys. She and I now we talk every day. And when she doesn't call me or text me, I'm like, what's wrong? Are you okay? I become a mother all over again. I'm like, where are you? She's not allowed to go to the beach or have friends or go with her husband until I know, because I want to know what you're doing. Thank you. Let's see if I can get that up. But yeah, I do. All right, let's see. Oh, Bedazzled. She said she got your the Yeti from your live. She received it. That would be great. Viola, you should start doing tumblers. I mean, there's room for everyone. This is a huge world. It seems small because we're kind of all in the same traveling in the same groups. But people that, like, say, let's go with Demps. Demps is here, and then she's got Patrice over here, and even then, but she's got people on this side. We're just connected in this one small way. There's so many. You should start it, and you go at your own pace, and it's there's room for everybody, and it gives you joy. If it makes your life better, if it helps you in any way, you should do it. You should do it. The good thing is that this takes my mind off of the fact that everyone I know is at school. So now I've consumed myself with YouTube and with crafting, and in my little room over here, hanging out with T. We FaceTime most of the day, it seems, and we're not even looking at each other. We're just talking and we're working, and I'm happy. And it was a struggle before, because I was like, what am I going to do with my world? my life, you know, I've taught all my life. So now what am I going to do? So this has been really good, and I enjoy it. So this week, I know T and I are going to go live at one point. We have to. She does lots of little lives with her things, but together. So we're going to find something and we'll go on live together. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, I think we've been on for quite a while, an hour and 20 minutes or so. I've kind of shared with you some of the things that I'll be working on this week. And I like the morning chat. I feel like I had a chance to connect. And oh, hold on, let's get this done before we go. So, Viola, you're monetized on your nail channel? Just wow. I would say definitely, because you have the followers. Isn't you're monetized because you have over 5,000 subscribers, from what I understand. So you have the people behind you. Definitely, I would think you could be monetized, as well as get a different affiliates and get your cup sent to you for free. You're welcome. Thank you all. Thank you all for sharing your time. I will do next Monday morning at 9. Hopefully, if you have a chance to drop in. This week, I will be doing something with T. I'm sure we're going to plan it. If not, I'm going to do something. I'm going to be putting out a video. And I don't know, just keep crafting. I thank you all for showing. And I've enjoyed spending time and talking with you. So that's it for now, guys. All right. So until next time, see ya.